countries. Some pretty smart people did some pretty amazing things. They explored places, built empires,
and invented things we still use today.
Some people call that history.
We call it fun.
Because we're the History Hunters.
Shiver me timbers and welcome aboard the briny build of History Hunters HQ.
So, when are we today?
We're sailing back to the golden age of the pirates, and it's R-rated.
Ahoy, me old mateys! Pirates had bad breath and were missing eyes and legs. So why do we like them so much? Well, they were very skilled sailors. They searched for lost treasures. Did some pretty interesting stuff. But their food tasted worse than my mum's. Sorry, Mum. So come on, History Hunters, let's go adventuring with the pirates.
For as long as thieves knew how to sail, there be pirates.
And where there be pirates,
There be treasure.
Pirates didn't start off bad, you know.
most pirates were originally well-behaved sailors from European countries sent off in search of new land. Ships packed full of goodies like gold, silver and spices sailed across the world. From England to America and sometimes even as far as Africa and back again. But it all proved too tempting for some of the sailors who turned bad. So bad they kept the treasure for themselves and sailed the seas in search of more. And that's how pirates were born.
It was hard not to be tempted by the so-called sweet trade. That's another word for pirating.
And treasure on the map was where?
There was no one treasure spot, but it's likely that treasure maps were made to show the shipping routes. The best treasure to plunder was wherever the richest ships were.
What? There was no X to show the spot where gold was buried?
No buried treasure, just good routes to pillage. Arr! Arr!
So, where did the idea of X marks the spot come from? It's all because of a Scottish pirate called Captain William Kidd. You see, he got into trouble with the British government when he was found guilty of pirating. To avoid prison, he made up a story that there was treasure on his boat. He drew an X on a map to show where it sank. There was no treasure found, but the pairing of pirates and buried treasure has stuck ever since.
I wonder if we've got what it takes. I can say, me hearty and yar. What else do pirates need?
Navigation skills and enough food to keep them going for a long time.
Sounds like another mission for our history hunters to plunder.
Yee-haw! History hunters! Your mission today is to muster up enough seafaring skills to make piratey preparations for a fantastic voyage.
And you don't want to get shipwrecked.
No, you don't. Good hunting.
Ahoy! We're preparing for a sea voyage. First thing a pirate needs is a map. Maps were useful because not only did they tell the pirates what direction to sail in, but also any hidden dangers that lay out at sea.
Look, there's a dangerous reef marked here. We need to know how far it is before we head out.
So, where are we on the map? Let's look for clues.
Hey, look! Those are the trees on the map, which means we're directly opposite on the shoreline. About here.
Now, to figure out how far that reef is, we'll need to use the divider from my geometry kit. Each notch on this map's scale represents 20 metres. So we set the divider to match one notch. Draw a line to show the distance you're measuring, then walk the divider along that distance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 20 is 180.
so we know the reef is 180 metres away. But how do we measure the water's depth? We don't want our boat to run aground.
Everyone imagines walking the plank when you think of pirates, but is this fact or fiction? The legend is that if you did something wrong, a piece of wood was balanced over the side and you'd be forced to jump off the end as punishment. It must have been a long swim home for those guys. Turns out it's not true. Pirates never did that, even though it's seen in lots of movies. Does this mean that pirates weren't mean and nasty? No, it just means they didn't need the plank of wood. They simply threw people overboard instead.
All we need is a parrot. Hello, Polly.
Actually, I believe that whole parrot thing is a myth.
Oh, you're kidding.
Well, pirates might have sailed to places where exotic birds lived, but it's pretty unlikely they kept pets, although sometimes a cat was kept on board to eat the rats. And if the pirate wanted milk and cheese, they allowed a goat on deck. But usually no parrots.
Oh, OK. So, why did pirates have these?
Well, pirate battles were pretty gruesome. With all the bullets, swords and cannonballs flying around, an experienced pirate probably had a few bits of him, shall we say, missing.
Hello there. How about a career as a doctor on a pirate ship? I think you'd be perfect. You get to see the world, meet interesting people, and the pay is great. The more people you rob, the more money you make. You'll need a strong stomach. It's your job to fix up injured pirates, pulling out bullets, patching up holes, that sort of thing. And pirates don't make good patients. Painkillers haven't been invented, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, and you might get kidnapped. Doctors are in great demand. Hello? Hello?
Injuries were often part of the job on a pirate ship, but losing a hand didn't stop you being useful.
Ah, cool hook, cool hook!
A hook meant an injured pirate could still pull ropes. I made mine with a plastic water bottle, some wire and tin foil.
And the Pirate Code of Ethics, the pirate rule book, stated that if you'd lost an arm or leg, then you deserved a larger share of the treasure.
I'm not sure it was worth it.
We're pirates in training, learning new skills to sail the high seas. We've worked out how to read our map and what hazards to avoid, but we don't know how deep the water is.
Pirates would have used a sounding weight. It's a length of rope with markers and a lead weight at the bottom.
Let's use this anchor line for our rope.
And this fishing sinker as our weight. We'll attach it to the end of our rope. And here's a trick. Adding something sticky to the weight will help us know what's on the ocean floor. Sailors used wax, but this lip balm will work just fine.
Now tie a marker every half metre on the rope. Yay! Our very own sounding weight is ready to use. How deep will it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ribbon markers. They're half a metre apart, so that's 3 metres deep.
And look, the bottom is sandy. That means we can anchor here safely. This is all useful stuff, so let's put it on our map. The water is 3 metres deep, and this is a good soft spot to weigh anchor.
I'd say we've collected enough pirate skills to get us on our way.
Hang on, where's the food? I'm not going anywhere without stuff to eat.
And we're low on water too.
Great, we're stranded and we haven't even left shore.
Pirates spent months out at sea and they had all sorts of clever ways to look after their food.
They preserved meat in barrels of salt water. Ew.
And chewed lumps of fat that floated on top of the barrel in between meals. That's where the saying, chew the fat, comes from.
I've got a much better idea for our history hunters, and it involves some salty snacks. Good luck, guys.
Want to chew the fat with me?
Yarr! I mean, no.
If we're going pirating, we're going to eat what pirates ate. To make it fair, everyone got the same amount to eat. They called these rations. I know just the thing to make. Hardtack. It's a salty sea biscuit that was a basic ration for pirates.
Just mix water, salt, and flour. Stir the mixture, then mold it into rectangular shapes.
We'll get Dad to stick them in the oven. Thanks, Dad. And when they're cooked, they're just like flat little bricks. Trouble is, they taste like bricks.
Ugh. That's because they have to last for months at sea. You're supposed to dip them in warm water before you eat them.
I've got a better idea. Let's cook something a little sweeter. This time, we'll make hermit cookies. These will last a long time hidden away, like a hermit crab in its shell. We're going to use spices, dried fruit, sugar, and a bit of golden syrup to make them tasty.
Scoop them onto a baking tray. Then it's into the oven. And away we go. These biscuits will be perfect pirate rations.
If anyone tries to steal our supplies, they'll be in big trouble.
So we've got our sounding weight, our map, and our supply of food and water.
I'd say we're 100% ready to set sail. All we need now is for Captain Mum to join the crew.
This week in Star Mag, find out the secrets of Blackbeard, the world's most famous pirate. The true story of how Blackbeard got his nickname, by burning ropes in his hair and beard. Oh. Learn all about his faithful crew of 250 pirates who were too scared to leave. And how treasure hunters today still hope to find the booty that went down with his ship. Star Mag, get your copy today.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm a bit tangled up. Can you help me?
Looks like you're getting yourself in knots. Pirate knots.
Lucky we're hunting pirates. Can you undo them?
No.
Pirates, eh?
How they kept comfy
Their devilish tactics.
and how they like to get knotted. Yeah, with knots.
They sure like to start 'em young in the pirate world.
And they had very strict rules. No girls were allowed.
And they had a strange way of paying for things. Arr! So come on, history hunters, get jolly with the pirates.
As a pirate, you'd have heavy ropes in your hand for most of your working day.
Lifting up sails to speed up the boat
Raising flags
and tying down the cannons so they didn't fall overboard.
and always securing the rope was a knot.
If you couldn't knot, you wouldn't make a good pirate. There are hundreds of knots, but most pirates and sailors today rely on a few basics.
A bowline is for making sure a rope doesn't slip.
And a sheep bend ties two ropes of unequal thickness together.
And a reef knot was an essential pirate knot for tying rope to something else.
Hey, that's not the knot I use to tie my shoelaces, is it not?
It is that knot. Left over right, then right over left. Nice and secure. My pirate ship will not float away now.
No, it will not, Captain.
Good evening and welcome to the History Hunters News. Shock and surprise today on the high seas as two pirates were discovered to be women. For years, Anne Bonny and Mary Read got away with dressing as men until their ship came under attack in the early hours of this morning and their true identities were revealed. Both were found guilty but got a last-minute reprieve. Anne and Mary are said to be relieved to be off the hook. Meanwhile, the world's youngest pirate has been identified. At just 11 years old, John King had a very odd start in the pirate game. He was kidnapped by pirates and then joined the baddies. His promising career was brought to an abrupt halt when his ship sank. And news of a new pirate delicacy has reached Britain: leather bags. Captain Henry Morgan and his crew were forced to eat 150 pieces of luggage when they were stranded at sea and ran out of food. The pirates described the meal as tough as an old boot, best taken with some sea salt. That's the History Hunters News. I'm Howard I Know. Good night.
We could totally be pirates, don't you think?
Yar! We still need to sign the pirate code.
Oh, yeah. The laws of the land did not apply at sea. We agree to follow the pirate rules.
And they are: no fighting, no gambling, always keep your weapons clean and ready, and each man has an equal vote on big decisions.
I like the sound of that.
And everyone gets an equal share of food, drink and treasure. Except the captain, who gets twice as much.
That's my kind of rule. The first truly global money was called pieces of 8, made famous in books and movies. But did they really exist? Yes, they did. It's likely they were originally Spanish bars of gold and silver stolen by pirates from ships sailing around the world. They cut the gold bars into 8 equal pieces, or pieces of 8, that made it easy to share the treasure equally amongst the crew. Pieces of 8, the pirate version of the credit card.
It also says we can vote the captain off if he's not piratey enough.
Yeah, give me that.
Oh, and one last pirate code rule. Lights must be out by 8 o'clock.
Really?
Fed up with a bad night's sleep? Sick of falling out of bed on those high seas? Get yourself a brand new portable hammock. Made from durable canvas and sturdy nautical rope, brand new portable hammock is contoured to fit your shape and gently move with the ship's rocking motion. Hang 1, 2, you can hang 5 on top of each other and everyone sleeps peacefully. Just don't try to get up in the middle of the night for a wee. Brand new portable hammock. This week only, 2 for the price of 1.
We don't need to buy a hammock. We can make our own.
Sounds like a mission for our history hunters.
Okay, hunters, your mission is to build some pirate beds.
Happy hunting.
Ahoy! This mission is perfect for us.
Yarr! We'll be having a pirate-themed party. And there'll be a sleepover tonight. Shiver me timbers! Me mateys have arrived already.
Welcome, Buccaneers. She'll be a packed ship tonight. Hang on, neither of these scurvy dogs brought along a mattress or a sleeping bag.
We'll need to make some beds the pirate way. Hammocks.
First thing we need is some rope. Next thing we'll need are some sheets. Hand over the booty, Mum. 1 sheet per hammock, please. Thanks.
So, we've got ropes and bed sheets. But how are we going to put them together?
Behold the Jolly Roger.
What's he smiling about?
He means business. Pirates flew the Jolly Roger to frighten other ships, and sometimes those other ships would just surrender without a fight.
If I saw that coming, I'd surrender too.
Yep, the Jolly Roger was easy to spot.
Who is Roger and why is he so jolly anyway? One theory is that Roger wasn't a person but a colour, joli rouge, pretty red in French. But somewhere in translation it ended up as Jolly Roger. Flags used to be red but later turned black as a symbol of disease and death. Another theory was that Old Roger was a nickname for the devil himself. So put all of this together and you've got a flag that can only lead to bad things. That's pretty scary. Hey, we should make one too. I guess a flag should say what you plan to do if someone gets in your way.
Oh, my way.
You're always in my way.
We're trying to make some pirate-style bedding for a sleepover with our mateys.
These bed sheets will make great hammocks. But how do we use the rope to tie them up properly? I'll try a standard single knot at each end. There we go. It's starting to look like a hammock already.
Okay, me hearties, let's give it a whirl. Yar! That knot clearly didn't work. Stop laughing, you filthy swabs. It's time we all brush up on our knot tying skills. I've heard of a special pirate knot called a bowline. It has a non-slip loop at the end. Maybe that will work for our hammocks.
Our hammock is ready for another test drive. But will the bowline not hold?
Imagine sloshing around in the hull of a filthy pirate ship. There were rats and cockroaches all over the place, and the air stank like rotten meat and bilge water.
I wouldn't sleep there. Doesn't sound like our friends are in for a very comfortable night.
I hope their hammocks hold fast.
We're making hammocks for our pirate sleepover using sheets and rope, but something seems to be slipping through the cracks. We've worked out how to tie a bowline knot, which has a non-slip loop at the end, but if it doesn't hold our sheet up, our mateys might be sleeping on the floor.
Let's give it another go. Gently does it.
Not again. So the bowline knot doesn't work either.
My matey has an idea. She thinks we should try a knot called a sheet bend. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we'll fold the sheet lengthwise like a fan. When it's gathered up, bend the ends over your fingers. Feed the rope through the sheet bend, wrap it all the way around, and pull it back under itself.
That leaves a little loop and a big loop. Pull the big through the little and tighten it up. Look, it's not coming out.
I'm not testing it this time.
Okay, I'll try it.
Cool, it holds. Unlike the other knots, it will keep getting tighter because the weight pulls it down. We'll have these done in no time.
Finally, we are ready for our pirate party.
They really seem to be enjoying their new pirate beds. Looks like an early night for them.
Great! More popcorn for us. Yum!
There, my pirate flag is ready.
Excellent. History, right?
And the two cutlasses, they're pirate swords, they show I'm hunting. History hunting.
Yarr! This hourglass means time is running out.
Way cool.
Way anchor, more like it. We're getting out of here. We'll catch ye on our next adventure, right here on History Hunters.
Who knows where?
Who knows when?